Today I'm going to take you through Girl from a Pawnshop by the Black Crowes. It's actually probably one of my favourite songs. I'm a massive Black Crowes fan, and there aren't a lot of their songs offered as lessons online, so I thought this was a good place to get started. In terms of guitar parts in the song, they're not massively complicated. I mean, it's great parts, it's a great song obviously, but the parts are relatively straightforward, so let's get into it. So I've divided the song into 4 sections, right? So there's 4 parts to learn. It's all just arranged for one guitar, so there's just one guitar part to learn. I'm not going to go through the structure because I think it's best to learn the parts separately, then listen to the song and kind of as part of the process put those two together. So let's take a look at the intro, which is the bit I played in the intro, right? So it's all based around an open C chord. So the first thing you do is strike the 4th and hammer on 2nd fret on the 4th string, then chuck a C chord on, right? Because then you're going to put the C chord on and you're going to play strings with the right hand, play strings 2, 3, and then your low 5th, which are already fretted as part of the C chord. Then your little finger jumps on the top, the high E on 3rd fret. Alright, so you get... Then we've got this sliding motion with the 4th and 2nd strings. So you slide across from 2nd to 3rd, right on the 4th string. And you're getting this 6th interval between 3rd fret 4th string and 3rd fret 2nd string. Oh, sorry, when you hit the top E, so you do high G, high E string 3rd fret, you can then also then hit the 2nd string 1st fret, right? So then you do the sliding across 4th string, 2nd string. That shape, exactly the same shape, moves up to 5th, right? So you get... And you can hear I'm just alternating with the right hand between the 4th and the 2nd string. So then I'm going to slide up to 8th, exactly the same shape again, right? Then I'm going to move that shape back, so it's 7th, but then the shape changes because I use my 1st finger on the 2nd string. So then I'm going back to the 4th with the right hand. So far we've got high E, 2nd, move across, 5th fret, up to 8th, 7th and 6th. Then we go back to the C, exactly the same motion, and then moving to the sliding 6th. Sorry, let me do that again. But then you resolve backward, and you just slide back, whack the 3rd fret 5th string on, and then strum an open C. Alright, so I'll take that through one more time slowly. I'll try and explain while I'm doing it. So open C, well, hammer on first, then form the open C, high E string, 2nd string, sliding 6th up to 5th fret, move up to 8th, down to 6th and 5th, 7th, then back to the C, exactly the same as the beginning, 3rd fret and resolve back and strum the C chord. So that's the intro, right? What happens there is a variation going into what I call the bridge. So you basically do exactly the same. At the end of the 4th time, you've done your whole kind of 8th, back to the 7th and the 6th, back to the open C chord. Exactly the same up to the... Then you resolve, and then we've got this. So it leads you into the G there, right? So what happens is, you go through, so I'll go back, so 8th, back to the C, end of the 4th time, sorry, we do that. Little slide, then you're going to hammer on, you're going to hold the C, take the middle finger off, and you hammer on 2nd fret 4th string, then 2nd fret 3rd string, so you go. And what's happening there is you're catching, so you're using your middle finger 3rd string, and you're catching the 2nd and the 3rd strings with your right hand. So repeated motion there. So you hammer onto the third string, and then the right hand, then you take the middle finger on. So that's just going, hammering on, off, and then off and on. You kind of have to use your ears a bit with that. So if I play it really slowly again, I'll go from the 8 all the way up. So this is the 4th time in the verse, back to the C, high E, over to the 3rd resolve, then straight into the hammer on. Then that launches you straight into the G. So then we move into the bit that I call the bridge, which is the There's a Passion in Being Alone part. So we're coming at the intro part. G, 2, 3, 4, and it's on the push back to the C. It's just G to C, right? So G major, and it happens 3 times, right? So we're on the 2nd now, and then G, 2, and then back to the C on the push. Then we get this chord. Alright, so that chord there is a D sus4 over F sharp, right? So what I'm doing, I'm using my thumb, which you can, or you can do it the other way, but let's assume you're going to use your thumb. It's a D chord, right, as a sus, so it's D sus4, so little finger goes underneath the 3rd. Then I'm doing it with my thumb, as I said, the thumb or the 1st finger is going to play the low F sharp 2nd fret low string, and then your 1st index finger should be 2nd fret 3rd string. And with the right hand, you're playing 6, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you go. That's all it is. So it goes from the G, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and then we're going to go to the F sharp, the other F sharp. Then the very last bit, you're going to just go single notes. From what I can tell, you're playing low G, 6th string, 3rd fret, open A, open 5th, and then B, 2nd fret, 5th string. So you go. Alright, so let me put all of that together. So we're coming out of the intro. G, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, push. So this happens 3 times. So that's the 2nd time. G, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Then the D over F sharp. Low G, A, B. Alright, and that's it. So that's the end of the sort of bridge section. Let's look at the next part, which I kind of call the chorus. You can call it something different if you want. It's quite straightforward, just taking... I must confess that bit. So you're up. I'm playing these as bar chords. So E minor, straight E minor chord up at 7th fret, and the 2nd and the 4th chords are pushed in this bit, right? So you go from E minor, 2, 3, and 4. Then just a bog standard D major bar chord at 5th fret. Then the C's on the beat, 2, 3, and then we're resolving that to a G, which is just a bar there. I think that works for this part. So I'll play it together and try and count and play at the same time. So 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's the G, okay? And that happens the 2nd time, E minor, exactly the same. 2, 3, 4, C. And then the 2nd time you miss out the G to go. So you miss out the G chord and you just play that same low movement where you're playing the low G 6th string, then you're playing the open 5th, and then the B on the 2nd fret 5th string. Alright? So one more time, a bit quicker. 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, D, C, resolving to the G, back to the E minor, D, right, so that's that part. Now bear in mind, over the guitar solo, which happens a bit later, that section I believe repeats twice through with the same ending, and that's basically that. All right, so the last part to go through is what I call the outro, which is a PS All My Love bit, which is really cool actually. It's the timing is a bit difficult, to be honest with you. It's best as it is with all these cases, just to kind of have a listen to it. Let me play it for you anyway. So it goes. And that section sort of repeats through, and it becomes a little bit more kind of strummed later on. But let's get into what's going on. So you're going to start on the low G, right? Low G string, and then you're playing open A, and you kind of, it's based around a G chord, so you can kind of hold the G. So you're going to play low G, open A, open G. So it's kind of a, then B at the 2nd fret, which is part of the G chord, open G, then C at 3rd fret 5th string, open G. So you get, then you jump into a D chord there, right? So I'll just do that again. So it's G, A, open G, B, G, C. And it gets a little bit more complicated with the G, right? So you're gonna hold, sorry, with the D. So you're holding the D, right hand we're going 1, 2, 3. Then you take your middle finger off, which gives you the D sus2. 3 of those, so again, just playing 1, 2, 3, and then playing strings 1, 1, and then 2. So it's quite off, strings 1, and then you go back to string 1 and hammer on middle finger back to a normal D chord. Hammer on, and then you hit the 3rd string, which is fretted as part of the D, 3rd string 2nd fret, and then so you do that, and then your little finger comes down on the top, the high G, so the top E string. So we got top 3 string, middle finger off, top 2 strings, hammer on middle finger, 3rd string 2nd fret, and then little finger, and then we're straight back to the main figure. Okay, so let me take that again before you slow down. I'll try and, as best as I can, to talk through what we're doing. So we start low, so we're basing it around a sort of G chord. So we're gonna go low G, low A 5th, then open G 3rd string, B at 2nd fret, open G, C at 3rd fret, open G, D chord, then arpeggios, off, hammer on. So that's it, and that section just basically repeats through to the end. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed it. An awesome song, one of my favourites. Let me know how you got on, and I'll see you on the next one.